Hola clase, today we are going to learn about the word the. So please write in your notebooks el objetivo, learn about the. Now, let's start with singular sentences. In Spanish, you could have, let's just take the word book, right? El libro. El libro. Okay? It's a masculine noun only because it begins with el, and it has nothing to do with girl or boy. It's just they call it el or la. And it could have called it something else like one or two. No real rhyme or reason. So, el libro, and usually if the noun, which is the object you're talking about or the person you're talking about, ends in O, oftentimes the is going to be el. So let's just make a sentence. El libro es rojo. This is your adjective, and it also gets an O at the end if the article el is masculine. Okay? Now let's write a singular feminine sentence. La rosa. And notice it ends in A, so we're going to use la. Okay? But usually when you learn nouns in Spanish, you learn them, you memorize them with what's called the article or the word the. So let's finish this. La rosa, and let's also call it red. The rose is red. Es roja. Now in this case, you notice even though it's the same word, rojo and roja, it means red, one ends in O and one ends in A. And that's because the feminine articles will make the adjectives end in A, and the masculine ones, masculine noun, will have an adjective that ends in O, generally speaking. Now, how do we make these two sentences plural? Well, all these words will change when you make the sentence plural. El becomes los for the. Libro, you will add an S to, as you would in English, books. So these two have changed. Es becomes son, which is are, because you don't want to say the books is read. You say are read, son. And even the adjective changes at the end. You add an S. So let's repeat this together, clase, in the singular. El libro es rojo. Okay? Now let's say los libros son rojos. Okay? Muy bien. So this is singular, and this one, these will be plural. Okay? La rosa es roja. How do you think we'll change this sentence? La becomes las. Rosa, what do you add to the ending? Yes, an S. Las rosas, and S will become son, as it did in this sentence. Son rojas. You add an S here as well. Okay, so that is how you make singular sentences and plural sentences in Spanish using the word the for masculine and feminine sentences. Adios. Hola estudiantes. Let's review what we just learned about masculine and feminine sentences and how we convert them to plural sentences. Okay? Let's take the first word on your list that I handed out. It is el autobús. Okay? Now, I asked you to create sentences with all these words on your slides. Let's go over the first one. Let's just say we want to say the bus is big. El autobús es grande. And if you wanted to call it something else, you could. Just look at it on your Google Translate and have fun with those adjectives. Okay, so how do we make this plural? El again becomes los. Autobús. Now here, it ends, autobús ends in a consonant. And when it ends in a consonant, the noun, you need to add es to it. So we added es to make it plural. Es becomes son. And grande, as you know, becomes grandes. Why? Because this one, the ending ends in E, which is a vowel, and whenever you have a vowel ending, you just add an S so that it's easy to pronounce. Okay? The next word on your list is la capital. La capital es, let's say that it's modern. The capital is modern. Okay? Moderna. And the reason I choose A, again, is because it's a la. Okay? La capital es moderna. We need to be synchronize the feminine noun with the ending of the adjective. Now let's make it plural. Let's say the capitals are modern. Las capitales, and you add an es because that is a consonant. Son. Moderna becomes modernas. Okay? Now you can do the next 5 on your Google Slides. And remember, you do have 36 words. So right now we're just converting words from singular to plural. Make sure you're working on the next 5. Gracias.
El corazón con que vivo, cardón y oruga cultivo una rosa blanca.